Hello and welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. This pick a card reading is a general reading, so it should fit any situation that you find yourself in. As always, we have our three piles here with group 1 on the left through to group 3 on the right. The timestamps will be in the description box below, along with the cards that I'm using. And I'll show you the reverse side of these cards in case that helps with your selection. If you'd like a personal reading with me, you can find the information in the description box also. And that being said, I will leave you with your selection and I hope you enjoy your reading. Hey group 1, welcome to your reading. If you have chosen the Nephrite Jade Pyramid, then this is going to be for you. It's a bit dark, this piece. It's a bit dark today actually. It's very overcast, so not as much light. But anyway, Nephrite Jade is a dreaming stone. It's very supportive when it comes to recalling and analysing, interpreting our dreams. But I also feel very connected to the dreams of your life, not just the sleep state dreams. So this is probably a time of your life where you're really projecting to the future and feeling into what it is you want to create out of your life. What are your big dreams, your big goals? But it's also a good stone of good fortune and wealth and blessings, as it is jade nephrite. And jade is definitely a good fortune stone. So good fortune for group 1. Let's jump into the reading though. We've got some energies here of Virgo, Aquarius, Taurus, Leo here. So that could be you or someone you're dealing with. But doesn't matter too much. I also make mention that the giveaway post on Facebook is closing in a couple of days, Christmas Eve. So if you just jump over onto my Facebook page, the information is in the description box below. You can enter in to win a hour session, whether that's a reading or kinesiology balance, entirely up to the winner. But yeah, get your chance in there by commenting on that post. But let's jump into group 1's reading. With the past energy, first of all, we have the 5 of Swords, the Page of Wands, and the Hermit. And when I first saw these cards, I saw a snapshot of the Dreamer. That's what it felt like, a bit of the Dreamer. Like, it's like time to become, right? It's something like that. It feels like in the recent past, maybe you've been dealing with a bit of BS, a bit of drama, whether that's in your social life, your personal relationships or work, I'm not sure, but it'll be different for everyone. What I see here though is like, it seems like someone who's over comparison, over competition, overpaying small petty games or just whatever that is. Like it's something, it's like an arena that you're either outgrown a certain arena in the recent past or yeah, there's something about it, it's just done with that. You're coming away from a situation, and there's a part of you that I'm feeling with this Page of Wands, like see that she looks to the horizon with a love letter and some roses in her hands. It's like the dreams that are off in the horizon and then the dream stone, and I really feel like it's maybe you're getting dreams and messages that are worth paying attention to. And sometimes a quick interpretation tool can be ChatGPT, just entering in all the weird symbols and things that happen in your dream and just take what you feel resonates with you. It can be a pretty cool dream interpreter, at least to give you ideas. Doesn't mean it's 100% accurate, of course, and always use discernment, but I don't think I need to tell everyone that. It is what it is. It's a tool. We can use it or not. But anyway, here I feel like this is a chapter recently where you've been really tuning into your spirit and searching what's right for me, what's my path, what are my dreams, and how am I going to actualize them? Because there's a bit of this energy here of either playing it small or in arenas that don't suit you, and it's like you're ready to expand, which is actually really cool. You've got the card of expansion here in your reading as well. So I do feel like you're wanting more freedom in your work or in your creative expression or in your life in general. You're wanting more freedom and you're wanting to do something that really resonates with your spirit, with your soul. So that's the past energy for group 1 there. As we move into the week ahead, let's take a look, starting with the 7 of Cups. I found this really interesting. 7 of Cups can sometimes be quite an overwhelming card, lots of different options, and not all of those options are good for us, or it can be an overwhelm of information and not sure how to filter through and understand what's true or what's right. However, with this one, the butterfly at the top and everything, it makes me feel like it's like you're understanding the sequence of events, the things that maybe they were battlefields you've been through or challenges, of course, but they've all made you stronger, and there's different opportunities and different ideas, and some of those ideas you'll put to the side. I do think so, but there's going to be ones that actually really make your success. There's some sort of development, but it's a sequence of events is what it feels like. So everything you've been through that brought you to where you are in this moment was destined, and there's a lot you can draw from those experiences, a lot of benefit there. You may be a little scattered in focus when we see this card, and needing to sort of just put away the distractions and minimize the overwhelm of information that could be coming in, or minimize and simplify where you can when we see this card. But I also feel like it's like you're hanging on to, and not in a negative way, it feels like you're hanging on to an idea that is actually going to become something good for you. That's what I feel with the butterfly at the top. So progressing into the week ahead, we have the Star first of all. We have then the King of Pentacles, the King of Cups, the Empress, the Page of Pentacles. And I just thought this was quite funny for the week before Christmas reading, because this is the week into Christmas. And you can see that a lot of people in group one are probably dealing with all of these different people in their life, right? There's all these court cards have shown up, and the Empress. So for a lot of you, this is like navigating all the different relationships this week. You may be to do with your mother or mother figures, brothers, sisters, uncles. This is all family stuff, or people that feel like family, or just characters in your life. And I don't know if you can hear Tilly crying. Tilly, don't worry. Sometimes she sort of has a little sleep and wakes up meowing. She wants to know that people are nearby. So yeah, here we have like a lot of people showing up in your week, but let me also read this in your energy too. What I see here is, because we've also come off that Seven of Cups, recall, where there's sometimes it's a scattered focus, or just lots of different ideas, or lots of information, lots of hopes and wishes and dreams. And of course, not all of them are going to be fruitful, but and some may even be harmful. There's always that warning with the Seven of Cups. But here we have, with the Star, it's like a divine alignment. It's like, and with the lotuses as well, I feel like it's like you hold on to that idea, like I was mentioning. There's something really special that you're creating or you're holding on to. Maybe it's this really sacred relationship that is worth your time, care, and investment. But with the King of Pentacles here and the King of Cups, it's like you just know it feels like you're just being put on the path, you know, like a beautiful, gentle alignment. Wherever you're meant to be, you will find yourself. Whoever you're meant to speak to will become there in front of you. It feels so aligned. And even like having a break from whatever the goals and dreams and striving is, it's these little conversations and moments of connection and that can bring renewal and inspiration to you. And I do feel here that there's something you're very eagerly wanting to create and nurture into life. For some of you with the Empress here, it could be a baby or a business idea. With the Page of Pentacles afterwards, it's like this person is budgeting, they're planning, they've got their little money bag here. It's actually a decent one. We've got a decent money bag here as well. So it just looks like a very abundant time for you to refresh your spirit, to spend time with other people, to nurture your ideas, and to follow your heart. You're really feeling quite aligned. These cards are just, I want to say delicious, I want to say scrumptious. Maybe the food you're eating is those things. It is that time of year. And those that are alone in this year, for group one, it looks like there's a lot of people. So for some way or another, you're connecting with people in this week ahead. Whether you celebrate Christmas season or not, it doesn't matter. I really feel like with all these people here, the people you run into, the conversations you have, give you a renewal of spirit. Even if they're not dream-orientated, goal-orientated for some reason or another, you just put where you need to be. I do feel like there's a lot of writing down of ideas and like, I do feel like your eyes are on the prize. Some of you might find it hard to give yourself a break. I do think that is the case here as well. But there could be an offer or a new project or something here, like interesting time of year for that to come up. There's definitely gift exchange with the Page of Pentacles as well, giving gifts, receiving gifts. It's the time of the year for it as well. But yeah, for some of you, this could be something outside of that that's an opportunity that comes your way. So in the area of challenge, you've got the Seven of Pentacles and the Sun. And I kind of laughed at that a little bit because it is just this beautiful organic growth, right? It's the challenge is allowing the sun to beam down on the plant that is the Seven of Pentacles and let it grow, right? The tree that's in the expansion card here, it's like, is that an apple tree? I think it is. And then we have an apple tree here. And I don't know if you know about apple trees, but when you plant that seed, it's going to take a minimum of 7 years to see the fruits. I find that quite ironic with the Seven of Pentacles here. They must have known when they created this deck. And with the sun there, it's expansion. It's exactly as the card says there. It's expansion, it's growth, it's joy, it's illumination. It's a natural occurring thing. And it brings all of the right elements needed to nurture something into life. But this is the challenge here. And for some of you, maybe it is a fertility challenge. Waiting for that baby to grow or have the seed planted. For some of you, it's something else. Whatever it is, the challenge is waiting. The challenge is allowing it to take its natural course and being patient and steady and holding space for it and making sure it has the right environment to be nurtured into life. What will help with that challenge? Ace of Cups, Nine of Cups. Just keep filling your cup with the things that bring you joy. You've got the King of Cups in your week ahead, so you're definitely connecting in the heart space. You're meeting people with your heart, and the creations you invest in, the time, wherever you spend your time, you're also putting your heart there too. And that's also what will help with the challenge. Just put your heart into it. Don't lose sight of what your wish fulfillment is. There's a lot of luck on your side too. Things may take their time. Seven of Pentacles is not a quick card. The dreams take time to percolate. But keep your focus on your wish fulfillment and enjoy all the sweet little moments. Enjoy all the blessings that are around you. Your cup is being filled at this time. What you don't see coming, Ace of Wands, Eight of Wands, a surprise message. This person is shocked by the message that comes in. So for some of you, with the Ace of Pentacles at the end, this is a new offer of some kind. There's news or a message or a new beginning, a seed planted. There's something happening here for you. And it may be a surprise to you, the message that comes through. There's this new inspiration, there's motivation, there's fresh beginnings here. Expansion again, this card of expansion. It's really like tied into every part of this reading. There's so much growth here. What you don't see coming, a message that surprises you, that brings inspiration and a new beginning. Now, outcome energy is the Five of Wands, Wheel of Fortune, Three of Cups. Isn't this beautiful? Especially considering we started the reading with that Five of Swords. This person's coming from a battlefield. There's maybe a little wounded. Those situations are never fun. And that's the thing. The wheel turns and gives way to a new season of growth, right? We've got the springtime little chick bursting forth from the egg. So some of you, again, I see this message of fertility or birthing something. It doesn't have to be a human child. It can be a business idea that you have. It can be a new way of expressing yourself in the world. But you're leaving behind competition, comparison, dramas, battles, fights, blah, whatever that is. Five of Wands is conflict energy. And you're allowing your season to come about. The season of expansion, spirit guardian of summer. That's what your season is. It's coming into, or was spring perhaps for some of you. Whatever your personal season is, the wheel is turning, and it is an opportunity of expansion and growth and new beginnings and celebration. This is definitely a time to celebrate with loved ones. Four of Swords on the bottom of the deck. Actually, I'm going to hang up these ones as hang up because it's the Hangman. I got my words tied there, but I meant hold up. The Hanged one I saw underneath that, but then I also saw the Four of Pentacles. So maybe there's been an area where you felt blocked, or you've been like trying to hold on to something so much that it hasn't actually been able to grow. However it is, this Four of Pentacles shows up for you. It's a blockage energy, or it's a holding tight energy. It's fearful. At times it can also be conservative, but for the Hanged one and then the Four of Swords, it shows here that this blockage will give way at the shift of your perspective. We have the sun rays, as we saw the sun over there. It is thawing out the snow, which reveals some beautiful growth and flowers here. It's just a time of reflection for you though. It's a time of reflection of how you can shift your perception or your approach and come at it with a fresh approach. This is a meditative card. It's very icy and snowy, but the snow is thawing, and as the sun, as we see in the challenge, maybe it's waiting for that the growth of the sun, the warmth of the sun. Maybe that's the challenge, is waiting. You can see that a fair bit in this read. And also having a clear strategy and plan in place as well. Like, I think that's super important. It's probably what the Four of Pentacles is asking from you as well. Like, your approach to things, how can you shift that? And if you feel stuck, how is it serving you? But anyway, let's jump into the oracle cards. And actually, that's right, I also have a little Christmas card for each group, so I'll read that to you at the end. So the oracle card is Black Spruce, and I'm going to read it to you. Take what resonates. The wise words: I will not follow where the path may lead, but I will go where there is no path, and I will leave a trail. That is so group one. Black spruce is fresh and crispy. The scent of this essence can transport you to snow-covered frostlands. It is native to North America in the family of the pines. The black spruce tree can withstand low temperatures, and it can grow in poor nutrient soils. Just like traditions which are independent of social status, an important part of our society, the essence of black spruce helps us safekeep our devotion even in times of crisis. Tradition connects us to the past, providing a commonality of experience that keeps us safe and makes us feel welcomed and accepted. It helps renew our faith and reminds us to come back to who we truly are. The positive or right side of the essence reminds us that all great things we have learned from our family and our culture, we do what we do because others did it before. While on the left side, it can feel embarrassed and ashamed of where we came from, the struggles our previous generations have undergone. It rebels against the past and repels anything that will take it back to known territory. Prejudiced traditions can keep you stuck and obstruct your divine progress, so at times rebellion is the only option. Due to the chemical components of black spruce, it is a great antiseptic and helpful to the respiratory system, as well as soothing the muscles. Native Americans have used it traditionally for ointments and salves. It is related to the root chakra and crown chakra, blending our tribe with our belief systems and the perceptions we have of the world due to society we are born into. So the meaning of this card is to go back to the basics. I see that with the Seven of Pentacles, wasn't it? Very simplify things. Get back to your traditions. There's no point reinventing the wheel. Make things easy for yourself by using the previously learned and tested. What aspects of your past are you trying to avoid? Don't forget where you come from. Your past has made you the great person you are today, and there's a reflection of that in the Seven of Cups as well. The affirmation is, I approach life with an open mind. I love that. There's a lot of, I like the imagery in this card too. It's quite sweet. He's clearly come to her tribe to maybe ask her hand in marriage. Okay, we have the expansion card. Let's see what this says for you. Vitality, health, success, abundance, healing, and passion all are expanding in your life. However, you can't sit back and wait for it to happen. The energy of summer is the energy of working with passion in the direction of your dreams. So we've got the Ace of Wands, passion, dreams with the Nephrite pyramid. Give it everything you've got and immense rewards will follow. Do not sit on the sidelines. Work hard, play hard. Your labor will pay off. If you hold back and repress what you feel during this time, you could become drained and your spirit may wane. This is not the time to take care of everyone else. This is the time to step forward with passion and delight. You'll be glad you did. The most earth energy is available to us during the summer season. It's when we can access the greatest amount of sunlight and spiritual light so that the power of the sun can pour into our hearts. So work with passion, don't hold back. Take positive steps in the direction of your dreams now in order to reap the harvest later. Your hard work will result in abundance, bounty, and beauty. Celebrate, enjoy the fruits of your labor. And I'm just like being reminded of that I don't know if it's 7 years that your idea will take off. Maybe for some of you, your idea really is that, that impressive and grand and needs time and care. But whatever the timing is, it's part of your path. And that's the part that you enjoy. Not so much the outcome, but just that the whole process. the becoming. And sometimes it can be helpful to reflect on where you've been. That helps understand that why the process is so sacred. So you also have the card Bird with freedom and opportunities. Lots of different birds on this card. You may resonate with one in particular and take a message from it. We've got, looks like a vulture and maybe a finch, a penguin, maybe a kiwi bird. Birds, as a symbol of freedom in many cultures, birds tell us that we too can soar. Conversely, many bird species are tied to a food source in a specific region, so they're completely interconnected with local land and its energies. Finding a balance between these two extremes can be challenging. Migration is another challenge. There is an element of sacrifice involved in leaving the known and familiar and trusting in your intuition to get you where you need to be. The bird card also tells you that a new opportunity is close by. I can see that here and what you don't see coming. Lift your head past your current focus and look around for it. A bird's eye view may reveal something you might otherwise have never known about. New opportunities are on the horizon. The reflection is, have you been struggling to change your mindset and learn something new? Which is actually pretty freaking wild, because the next card is learn new things. It will help you in the future. How's that? Amazing. I love the way it all ties in. And then your last card for the reading here before your Christmas card is remember that many of the clouds casting shadows aren't real. It's really time to clear away any doubts, and I see them dissipating anyway. All this is grounded presence in your reading, focus, inspiration. Yeah. All right. Group 1's Christmas card. Let's see what you got. Merry Christmas. It says here, this season is not asking you to do more. Isn't that interesting? Because you've just been like, now's the time to act. Perhaps you need a little break before you do. The season is not asking you to do more. It's asking you to rest into what you already are. Peace arrives when you stop carrying what was never yours to hold. Let this be a moment you place the weight down. You don't need to fix, prove, or resolve anything right now. Your presence is enough. May the coming days wrap you in stillness. May clarity gently return like breath after a long pause. Merry Christmas. That's probably what you're needing right now, is a break and to enjoy the inspiration that comes from connection with others. And just allow these ideas to percolate in the background. You'll know when it is time to act, but it's definitely time to enjoy a break, I think, after such a big year. So that's what I have for you, Group 1, for the last, not the last reading of the year, but the last reading before Christmas. I'm actually recording it before we go away, so it's ahead of time, but I'll release it on the Monday. And yeah, that's what I have for you for this week, Group 1. I hope you all have a wonderful holiday season, no matter how you spend it. I hope you find joy and presence in everything that's around you. And I look forward to reading for you all again soon. Take care, Group 1. Hey, Group 2. Welcome to your reading. If you have chosen this blue banded agate, then this is going to be your reading. And whenever I get this one from our little crystal picker, I always see this stormy pattern on the inside, lots of swirly, stormy energy inside this particular crystal. I'm just being also drawn to the holes in it as well. So it kind of makes me think of like when we see like a stormy swirl, or complicated and maybe confusing or overwhelming, but there's holes in it. So it's like when we say there's holes in something, it means it's not solid, right? So that it may fall apart. So it makes me feel like whatever storm may have been brewing. It's so funny, actually. Teacup here, storm in a teacup might resonate for some reason. The storm, like it's not solid, so it means that light can get in and disperse these clouds, this whatever this is. It does feel like something there, but blue banded agate on its own is a stone of self-acceptance and self-confidence, and overcoming any harshness that you may feel or negativity, healing from anger and frustration. So it really does match that swirly energy. It gives you courage to start again, or give yourself a fresh start, or a sense of renewal, to leave something behind, to let there be a freshness, which is actually really interesting because you have two cards in your oracles here today that are messages of purification. So we'll get to all of that soon. I also have a Christmas card for you, group 2. Each group has got a Christmas card, which I'll read at the end. There's a little message in there. And also before I begin, I'll mention that this is the last chance to enter into the giveaway hour session with me over on Facebook. The information is in the description box for my Facebook page if you don't follow there already. I also share oracle cards there as well in between these weeklies, so definitely go and check that out. But yeah, there's a post there, it should be pinned to the top, Christmas post. All you have to do is comment your name, and I will close the entries on Christmas Eve. And yeah, draw the winner in the new year. We'll do a live and get together then. So I'll announce all that as it comes, but do get your entry in before it closes, and let's jump into your reading. So I can see Taurus is here, so is Virgo. Capricorn is here, Cancer as well. I see Scorpio, maybe Pisces a little bit, and then the fixed signs, of course, as well. Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio. But let's jump into the past energy. As always, it's interesting the way the cards sort of jumped out in different bunches here, so let's get into it. Past energy, 9 of Wands, 10 of Wands. These two to start with. 9 of Wands, 10 of Wands is a very exhausting energy. It's carrying way too much. It's very self-protective. It's expecting the worst. So maybe you've been really guarded. Maybe your experiences have led you to be overprotective or guarded, feeling maybe a little jaded or holding on to things that really need to be let go of. Maybe you're taking on way too much responsibility or burden around the home or in your relationships. But for a lot of you, I do feel like there's just a real heaviness you've been holding on to. And honestly, as I've been pulling this reading, I feel like group 2 kinesiology would be really supportive. My sessions are closed for the rest of the year. Yeah, I don't think I've got any spots left for the rest of the year, but I will open up some January spots if it calls to you. But and I'll probably make mention again as we get through the reading, because what I can see here is someone who might need help shifting something, something that you've been carrying, to help feel lighter so that you can navigate the path ahead with more ease. But anyway, let's continue this read. We've got that 9 of Wands, guardedness, exhaustion. It's the wounded warrior card. It's often we've been hurt, and so we're protective of ourselves, but we're holding on to that hurt. 3 of Swords is next. It's a card of pain and betrayal, heartbreak energy here. Maybe some of you, it's literally stress around moving. We've got a moving truck and some keys here. Maybe the logistics or the living situation in your life has become overwhelming. Maybe there's been something that's happened to your home space or the way you live, or maybe there's a move that's happened or something very stressful that's changed a direction for you. Obviously, not that literal for everyone, but for someone out there, it probably is. What I also really like to mention in the 10 of Wands here is you may feel very unsupported, just given that she's having to use her mobile phone light to get the key in the door. She's holding all these bags, and the porch light has not been left on to help her. So you may feel like you're left in the dark to carry something on your own, and it may be very heavy for you. But also in the past energy, normally I stop there with 3, but these came out as well. We have the Hanged One and then the Fool. So it shows me that while yes, you've been navigating something really painful and heavy, recently you've been shifting your perspective of this. You've been letting the light in. Look at this. It takes strength to be able to, and practice and like showing up, repositioning yourself over and over again, building different muscle strength to be able to support yourself in a pose like this. And then we have the Fool, which is a fresh start, a new beginning, a leap of faith, an openness to start again. So this is really fascinating. It shows that you've already put in the work. You've already created quite the shift for yourself. Some of you may still need help with that shift, and by all means, reach out to whoever you feel is supportive to support you. Don't have to go through it on your own. And kinesiology is such a wonderful modality for something like this. I can see that. But either way, you've already started to create this shift and continue to do so, looking at things through fresh eyes and a different perspective, whatever it may be your situation. I'm just being drawn to the cup of tea, and maybe that's what you need, just a nourishing herbal tea to sit with things. And it says here, patience and reassessment. Reassessment might be the key word, but patience is so important as well. Be patient with yourself, with your emotions. and with what you carry. So as we progress into the week ahead, we're starting out with the Empress card, abundance, healing and nourishment. We also have that it is a fertility energy, so things growing around you. Maybe some of you are pregnant or have that a pregnancy around you. Empress can be that message of new life being born. But we also have this beautiful image of nurturing this poor little guy who's hurt his knee. So it is a card of being mindful of wounding and really being gentle and nourishing with yourself and others. It's also a connection to the mother. Maybe there's time spent with your mother, or maybe you are a mother, but it also is this week, Christmas week, for many that are celebrating. If you're not celebrating, that's cool, but I know many are, so I'm going to touch on those messages that I see here. And so maybe it's time spent with family or just nourishing yourself and others. And maybe some of you, there's a bit of a tenderness in that area, like wound, like we have this little child, inner child wound in the mother. So maybe for some of you in this group, there's a bit of pain in that relationship, and you're working through that. Perhaps maybe that comes up for you at this time of year. I can see actually as I look at this reading, maybe some people are really struggle with this time of year because of their family of origin or because of their experiences or something, you know, like relationships that have fallen apart over the last year or whatever it might be. As I tap into that, I do get a little somber and emotional, and I feel that like a crying release would be really nourishing. So please allow yourself the space to do so. And we see that in the next cards. The Hermit and the Ace of Wands came out together. I like that it came out together because the Hermit is like pulling back, self-reflecting, turning to self to find the truth. It's a deep inner soul-searching card, trying to understand the reason and the rhyme and reason of our experiences in life. But with the Ace of Wands, it's like a light coming on. It's an inspiration to heal. To me, this is a purification in itself, a self-initiated purification. You're like, all right, where do I need to breathe the light into my inner sanctum, my inner world, my thoughts, my emotions? How do I nourish my body, my spirit? I think that time alone, wherever you can get it, to just refuel yourself. Candle magic. We have a lot of candles here. Maybe a bath with candles is exactly what the doctor ordered, but and a cup of tea, of course. I really feel like you can probably get your own messages just looking at these two cards. The Ace of Wands is divine inspiration. It's a spark of life and new energy. And then the Hermit is sort of like keeping it to yourself and just letting it be nourished. Progressing further, we have the Eight of Pentacles. For some of you, this is reflections on your work, but others of you, this is about a self-mastery, continuing as we see in the cards here, because this person is showing up time and time again and trying to get a little better. Maybe it's a little better with how they speak to themselves, how they treat themselves, or how they speak to others, or how they receive information, whether that's triggers or compliments. Maybe it's whatever it is you're working on. The Eight of Pentacles is a good sign that you are progressing and there's mastery happening here. There's skill development. So keep working at this part of you that you're nourishing, whatever it is that needs your gentle care right now. And then at the end of the week, we have the Six of Cups and the Six of Pentacles. Of course, many of you will be gathering with family or your own children doing the Christmas thing. Six of Pentacles is gift exchange, it's generosity, it's all of those things you'd expect to see at this time of year. So for some of you, it's like maybe you're actually doing some random acts of kindness this Christmas. This person's that looks like they're feeding the homeless at a soup kitchen, and maybe you like to give out Christmas cards with some warm meals or a little cash in the card if you've got it to spare. Whatever it is you are doing, you're doing for other people, and you're doing it from the kindness of your heart. There's a lot to give. You're giving of yourself. Maybe that's why you need a little bit of time for yourself, so that you can refuel to then come to the family or to the greater community, and however it is you're going to celebrate and bring love. And for some of you, it's like creating new traditions for your children, traditions that teach generosity, that teach charity and kindness, what the season's really about. Maybe that's your focus. Maybe like I'm kind of getting connected to someone who's like, no, we're not doing presents. We're gonna do presents. You know, we're gonna be present with people or do things a different way. I don't know. And obviously those that are not relatable to Christmas messages, I'm sure you can take something from that anyway about your own life. Take it how it resonates. But in the challenge really suits this past energy. We've got the Devil and the Seven of Wands. For some of you, the challenge, it's like holding on to something And oh gosh, when I first saw this, I felt like, because especially we're given that we've got very strong messages of purification from 2 different oracle decks, which we'll get to after the tarot, it shows here that the challenge has been to let go of that thing that makes you feel like you have to protect yourself, that thing that makes you, so for some of you it's like a control thing in your relationships, or I can't quite touch how it shows up because I feel like it's really nuanced and really individual for all of you, all of us. We're all a collective. I'm sure there's something here for all of us here. So the devil, sometimes it's about literally sugar overeating, addictions that aren't good for us that we need to let go of. But I do feel like there's something a little deeper here. It's like an inner toxicity and holding on and controlling a fear thing. That makes you defensive or protective against yourself, or creates a barrier or a wall between you and others. For others of you, this is perhaps the challenge is protecting yourself from narcissistic behaviors, and this could be showing up in another person, of course, so definitely there's room for that. They call it the silly season for a reason. And so maybe you're dealing with some toxic family members or situations, like that could be your challenge by all means. But I do feel for many of you, this, as we see the cards here too, like this is an inner thing. This is something you're overcoming within yourself. What will help with the challenge? 10 of Swords and the 8 of Wands. For those that is an unhealthy relationship, then it's to deliver the message. 8 of Wands to communicate that this isn't working for me. I'm not okay with that. To end the cycles that aren't good for you. Outside of it being an external factor, looking at yourself, we see the Phoenix rising here. So again, it's the same message, but to yourself. It's saying that this isn't working for me anymore. I want to communicate differently, or I want to, with myself, to myself, and to the greater world, to my family, my loved ones. I want to portray myself differently or speak differently. Yeah. Massive ending in the communication that's not right. So whether that's negative thinking, or negative speaking, or someone else's BS that's just no thank you, not today, not anymore. However this shows up, that's how you support the challenge. The challenge is that the devil of attachment and defensiveness. In the area of what you don't see coming, we do have the 9 of Swords, the 5 of Wands. So for some of you, there's fear that there's going to be arguments over the Christmas period, or some of you it may very well be that what you don't see coming is some sort of conflict because of negative thinking. Perhaps negative thinking is what draws this conflict out. But we also have the 10 of Cups and Death here as well. So for some of you, it's the fact that maybe these things kick off, but how you navigate it's different, and that's what you don't see coming. 10 of Cups, this is emotional fulfillment, happiness, and then the Death card is like a transformation, changing the way you approach these things. For others of you, it could be that these stresses and conflicts does cause some sort of ending or change in your family dynamic or relationship. So for some of you, this could be a message of a bit of drama popping off. Others of you, it's a message of handling that drama differently. I can't speak on what it is in a general reading because everyone's going to handle it differently. And sometimes the ball's out of your court and it's another person's behavior entirely. And maybe for some people, you could be really stressed that particular family member is going to come and do what they do, and it's not going to be fun for anyone. Like, there's always that person. Well, for some people anyway. Some people don't have that person in their family. That's good for them. But yeah, most people have like that someone, I don't know. It does look like a bit of challenge there in what you don't see coming, but don't lose sight of your 10 of Cups. And the Death card is a transformation. We see that here as well, and what will help with your challenge is the 10 of Swords. So communicating differently, a transformation in your communication, 8 of Wands. Just keep mindful of that. In the outcome energy, we've got the World, 4 of Swords, 6 of Wands. Kind of reiterating what we've already seen here. And then an extra card fell out on the side, which was the Moon. Really makes sense because the Moon is like illusions, things we believe that aren't quite clear or true based on our emotions or our fears. It can be things, emotional things under the surface threatening to take down the emotional ship. It can be, all sorts of murky energy, the Moon. and it sort of fell out there in between the outcome energy and then the underlying energy, which was the Knight of Pentacles, which, as we know, the Knight of Pentacles is a slow progression. It's a gentle journey to create something. It's on its way. It's working at it. It's on par with that Eight of Pentacles we see here. It's working on something. It's developing. It takes time though. It's not a quick card. So it's like, I'm working on my communication, or I'm working on how I treat myself, and it's going to take time, and it's not going to be perfect every time, but I'm working at it, and that's the thing. So the moon between that and the outcome kind of shows me that there is something that may come up, but it's like, how do you handle it? And that's where we're going to go to the purification message shortly. But either way, the outcome card also will reiterate that outcome message, right, of the world, the end of this cycle. And you deeply reflect on these things, because the Four of Swords is very meditative and it's introspective. It's taking a pause before we respond. It's taking the time out to just ease yourself, like relax your nervous system a little bit before coming into these occasions and moments and people and things. Six of Wands is also, it's that public victory, climbing to success. So it's sort of like portraying yourself in a great light. It's being a really positive energy in the room. It's people looking up to you, being an inspiration in the way you handle yourself, the way you handle people and things. So I feel like this is a chance for you to shine. Like, the world is here. Like, there's all this darkness around. It's like, don't let these cranky, darker, not that we're judging people as they're dark, but in the imagery here, they don't have any light on them. But as this person's glowing, I love this card. It slowly starts to touch the people closest, and there's like a little smile hits their lips. But the one a little bit further is still frowning because the light hasn't touched him. So it's like, let your light shine in the rooms you enter this week, today, tomorrow, whatever. Just like shine, because it will have an effect on those around you, whether you intend on it or not. In fact, it's better that you don't have that intention, but you just shine. And really refuel, reflect, and rest where you can. Because, I think there's a lot of expenditure here, and just be gentle, mindful of your own inner world that you're dealing with, you're coping with, you're healing. So let's jump into the oracles. We've got lemongrass with purify and rejuvenate. I'll read it for you. Don't let negative or toxic people rent space in your head. Raise the rent and kick them out. So there's definitely that message there for someone. Lemongrass is purifying and uplifting. It has been used historically to keep insects and bugs away. It's also great for keeping nasties away from the immune and digestive systems. Lemongrass helps with inflammation and is great for pain relief. When the mind is overactive, lemongrass brings clarity of thought and concentration. With its amazing properties, lemongrass is believed to disperse negative energy in the body and in the home. It cleanses the etheric atmosphere of negative entities and thought forms. When lemongrass personality appears out of balance, the person can seem to carry a grey cloud over their head and present feelings of misery or sluggishness. The negative aspect of lemongrass can be very obstructive, creating walls towards other people, Seven of Wands there in the challenge, opportunities and flow. So creating walls between other people, opportunities, and flow. When on the positive side, your energy streams freely, contagiously, like the word card glowing, contagiously, sharing happiness and gushing to everyone around you. I don't read these before I do this. I just mark the card and get on with it. Like, what? I love how much they tie in, but this one is really like word for word, amazing. Gushing to everyone around you. It also has the courage to let go of things that are not serving you any longer, and blends well with basil, ginger, and peppermint. If you can add a little basil, ginger, or peppermint in any of your, Christmas cocktails or desserts or something, do so with the intention of purification, supporting that glow, Anyway, lemongrass is normally happy and relaxed. The smoke on the top of the card represents lifting of negativity with ease and flow. Maybe like a little smudging might be nice for you too, of your energy field. If you draw this card, you might be in need of some detox, or you might have lingering negative thoughts around you. You need to be clear in what you're asking for. In which ways are you blocking your path? Bring clarity to the situation by focusing on and sharing happiness and contentment. The affirmation is, my positive energy repels negative attitudes around me, and I'm able to raise my vibration. So sometimes these feelings are, like there's so many variables and it's very complex, and maybe we can't quite articulate where it comes from or know what question to ask, and that is where kinesiology comes in. That it is such a miracle of a modality. And anyone who's had a session, please comment below and let people know how it's supported you, because not enough people know the magic that it is and how it can truly lift these things off of us. But also sessions with me, I give very comprehensive report after the session of what happened, so you're very much a part of the process, and it also helps integrate what happened. So it gives clarity about these things that you may not have even been certain of. It's allowing the body to speak about what's really going on, what's at the core, and it helps lift that feeling that otherwise can be really, really heavy. I know I've done it for myself on a heavy day only a week or so ago. It was such a heavy time, and as we all go through things, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to give myself a balance, and I did, and I can't believe, I'm like, this must be how my clients feel, because I feel like, what was my problem? You know, like I can see what it was, it's there in my report, but wow, the way that it just shifted everything, like instant. Anyway, back to your reading, more messages of purification. We have Pine Spirit Purification, beautiful fairy energy here. It says your energy field is being cleansed of all that it doesn't need. Traditionally, pine branches have been used in cleansing ceremonies because ancient people revered their purifying qualities. The essential oil of pine is antibacterial and antiseptic as well, which is useful for protecting people from harmful bacteria. This card's appearance is a message to release what doesn't serve, support, or empower you. Let go of anything that feels dull or murky in your life. Cleanse your body and your environment by doing cleaning, space clearing, clutter clearing, maybe a smudging as well, as mentioned before. When your auric field is cluttered and your energy is dingy, you can't see the world clearly and will have trouble hearing the messages from spirit. The time has come to lighten up. Eat and live lightly. Seeing that sugar as well, like that might be a message of trying to like nourish your body well this season as well. I definitely see that for myself. Like I'm looking forward to treats, but I'm wanting to be really mindful because I don't want to feel sluggish and tired and all the things that come from too much treats. Anyway, the time has come to lighten up, live and eat lively. Before a shiny, vibrant new cycle can begin, it's essential to let go of the old. The brilliance that pours through you can then shine throughout your life and also help many people. First the path has to be made clear. This card says to let go of the old, discarded and unused. So a good time to donate and clear out things so you don't have it, like declutter the home. Purify and cleanse and clear clear your home, as it says anyway. Your body and your life. Release whatever doesn't serve or support you. Take time for total purification. You'll feel brighter and also be a clearer channel for the light. So if that happens in like little incremental moments where you get to just refuel yourself, just be mindful. I feel like this message is so important. And hopefully carries you throughout the whole week. So then we now have the cup of tea message. A cup of tea provides you with a moment of quiet. This reading's just being perfectly ridiculous. Savor the process and stay present. This brewing takes time, just as a tricky situation takes time to develop. A quick reaction may not be the way to go. Have patience and let things ripen. Just as an infusion of herbs takes time to come to full potency, magical work rarely produces instantaneous results. It reminds me of my tea. Dandelion and licorice root. Oh, what a blend. Remember, a watched pot never boils. Let it do its work in its own time. Trust in the process. Use the time to reflect on a situation and how you feel about it, and then reassess your perspective. The cup of tea card reminds you that perhaps all is not as it seems. The moon card there too, right? Definitely a message of the moon. So keep tending the mental and emotional garden of the Knight of Pentacles, the one that sits between the moon and the outcome, right? See that there? I like it. The reflection, are there lessons you can learn from a difficult situation that you haven't considered yet? And yeah, again, I'll touch on kinesiology, not trying to shamelessly self-promote. There's many practitioners out there, but the modality is amazing. We have the higher self messages and your Christmas card left to go. So despite the frustration, you're on your way to making all of your dreams come true. And it sits like, I don't know, feels good with all the blue and the murky, like despite the frustration of those murky emotions and thoughts and things, like you are really on the way. You will be blessed with more than you could ever imagine. You will, right? outcome energy, the World, the Six of Wands. All right, Christmas card for group 2. Merry Christmas. Very cute. It says here, something is quietly resetting in your life, not through force, but through truth. What has felt heavy, confusing, or delayed is beginning to loosen. You are stepping out of an old cycle and into a more honest version of yourself. This season brings a reminder you're allowed to begin again without guilt. Trust the fresh energy entering now. It knows exactly where to go. Merry Christmas. That's cool. I wrote that before we did the read, and it really ties in well. So that's what I have, group 2. I hope this has resonated with you and brought you all of the comfort that is intended in this reading. And again, don't forget to enter in for that competition over on Facebook. I'll be pulling the names in a live, and I'll announce when the live's going to be, so hopefully we can all be together or do some readings together and just chat in general. But yeah, that's what I have. I hope you'll have a wonderful time of year, Christmas, holiday season, whatever it is you celebrate. I hope you enjoy yourself and stay safe, and I look forward to reading for you all again very soon. Bye. Hey, group 3, welcome to your reading. If you have chosen the pink opal heart, then this is going to be your reading. Pink opal heart, the heart in itself, definitely a message connected to this stone, which is a stone of nurturing and compassion, healing the emotional centers, finding tranquility, and then the shape of the heart. And I dare say this is a heart healing time for group 3, a time of connection with the heart, and maybe finding that reflected back to you. Actually, as I look down on the table, I'd see a heart. I see the 3 of Swords. So maybe there is definitely some pain in the heart that you are healing from at this time, and this reading will definitely reflect that. But let's jump in. So first of all, I'll mention as well, I've got a little Christmas card for every group this week. So I'll read that to you at the end. There's like a random message in each one, and that's the group 3 one. So and it was interesting actually, because I wrote those before I did the reading, and group 2s was so profound for their reading. Like, it was remarkable. So yeah, I can't even remember what I've written, but I imagine it's going to be the same thing. So that's cool. And yeah, it was a little last minute idea. I know I'm going to do a random Christmas card for everyone, given that it is the week of. But anyway, group 3, something else I wanted to mention as well is that this is the last chance to enter into the giveaway for an hour session with me, as either a reading session or a kinesiology balance, whatever you prefer, whatever the winner chooses. But you need to enter in on a Facebook post. It's pinned at the top of my Facebook page, Tarot and Kinesiology with Amber, and you can find the description, the link, for Facebook in the description box below if you haven't followed that. I also post oracle cards there too throughout the week, so yeah, you might find some goodness there for you. But either way, it's closing on the 24th of December, so definitely comment and enter in for that, and then we'll create a live event to draw the winner and do some readings and just connect with everyone like we did last year. I'll do that in the new year. So group 3, let's jump into this reading. Some of the energy I see here, we've got Leo, we've got Libra, we've got Gemini, Sagittarius, Virgo, we've got all the fixed signs, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius as well. Yeah, and that's the size of it. So that could be you or someone you're dealing with. It doesn't matter too much. Let's start out with the past energy. Starting with the Strength card, and then there's that heart, the 3 of Swords, and the 7 of Cups. So the past energy, this could be reflective of the whole past year, past week, past month, past days. Everyone will have a different timeline with this, but it does look like it's been a challenging time. A time to heal from betrayal or pain. With the 3 of Swords, it can be very heartbreaking, of course. We have the heart stabbed here and it's leaking out. So for many of you, it's required a great deal of strength to move through a very heartbreaking situation that's unfolded for you, whether that's in your intimate relationships or any area of life really. And through that, it's sort of opened you up here to a great deal of confusion as you process what's happened and try to move forward. With the Seven of Cups, often we see this as multiple options in front of you. But I kind of get it as like not having trouble making sense of things and feeling clear about what's going on in this situation, how the other person's feeling and thinking. Like, I think there's a lot of wondering going on here. So we also see the different options in here as well. We've got a beautiful divine rose and a heart. We've got a snake. We've got chaos with a tornado. We've got riches. We've got the fight. We've got a victory reef. So like, it really, maybe it's to do with this situation, making sense of that, or maybe it's to do with moving forward. What's right for me? What's not going to be a good choice moving forward? I think there's a lot of wondering and processing that's been going on. Maybe not too sure who to trust or what to trust. And a year like this year can definitely make us feel that way. I know I've been there. I'm trying to release that as I move into 2026. Who can I trust? What is safe? What's a safe connection? Who is safe around me? I think the group 3 may really resonate with that. As we progress into the week ahead, we're starting with the Judgment card. We're having a realization here. The Judgment is a calling to an awakening. And the next card is the Tower. Let's throw the next one up as well. Page of Swords in the immediate week ahead energy for you. So we're having some sort of realization about something that collapsed. For some of you, it's in the immediate future energy. So it could be that this is still unfolding. A Tower moment is still happening. But I do think for many of you, this is like coming to understand it. For some of you, you may still be keeping a very close eye on this situation and still trying to make sense of things, given the Seven of Cups, Page of Swords. Page of Swords is maybe you're trying to protect yourself from this energy, but it's sort of like you're keeping an eye on what it was. So I think you're still maybe trying to figure out what happened or why or how it's all unfolding yet still. The Page of Swords it can be the spying card, keeping your eye on things, being very inquisitive or curious about the details of this tower that's unfolding. So some of you, as we come into the Christmas season, it could be anticipating towers in those, those family moments that can happen. Like, not everyone has the most perfect family to reunite with, and some people don't have that at all. So take it how it resonates. It's a bit tricky this time of year. It can be very triggering to hear certain messages, especially when you have got family trauma or things that come up at this time of year. It's not an easy time of year for many people. You may be missing someone at this time of year, or just wishing things were a little different. Maybe some of you, like I said, are anticipating a bit of chaos with the season. That could be it for some of you. Others of you, this is you still processing the past. And I do feel like that's for many of you, still processing the past and maybe holding on to something that has fallen apart, but you're coming to that realization that maybe it's time to let it go or move forward, because there's definitely a real, I don't know if it's a reset, but you've got the card of transmutation, you've got the card of new ideas and hope, seeds. So like, it really does look like something is giving way. And with the transmutation card, like, there's a lot of fire here. So there's something is being transmuted with this tower moment. Tower moments only happen because it was never meant to stay in the first place. It was not stable at the foundation. And with the lightning striking it as well, I think the destruction of something or having it fall apart brought about a lot of awareness, maybe self-awareness. Or awareness of another, or like with judgment next to it, like you're really becoming quite aware of the truth of the situation, and maybe it's still hard to accept or move forward at that time as well. As you progress into the week ahead, we have the Three of Pentacles. So you see how the Page of Swords is sort of like looking back to this tower situation, and then we have the Three of Pentacles kind of segmented in a way, and it tells me that there are supportive groups or people around you. Three of Pentacles is collaboration, synergy, working with other people that maybe have different experience and background and culture and age or whatever, but there's something to offer each other. So I do feel like leaning into the support around you at this time is really beneficial, and working together well with others that are available to you. And then progressing further in the week ahead, we've got the Four of Cups, and she has got the shirt saying over it here. And typically with the Four of Cups, this is a person who's not seeing the blessings around them. So with the Three of Pentacles here as well, it like kind of makes me think of trying to overlook, if you maybe you're struggling with one area of life, or a family situation, or a relationship betrayal, a heartbreak, a pain, or something, try your best to not overlook the blessings that are here in this moment, because you've got things, support, people, energy, subtle energy, spirit guides, ancestors, goodness me, angels, whoever it is supporting and working with you, it's there with you. Your pets even, don't overlook the little things, right? Four of Cups is over it though. Like, so there is this energy of disappointment here. Try not to let it consume you at this time. And then the next card is the Six of Cups. It could be very well that it's like working with family may be difficult, but that's not the message for everyone. Some of you, it's this whole other thing that's difficult, and family is actually your saving grace, and that's a place of renewal. It is a general reading, so it's hard to pick who's who in this zoo and where we all fit, but take it how it resonates. There's definitely this message of support, overlooking blessings because we're focusing on what we're over sick of this situation. Maybe it's like third party situation, and it's easy to hyperfixate on these things that take away the joy or the shine of this time of year that could be magical for you. And then we have the Six of Cups. So it could be interrelated or it could be separate. But Six of Cups is returning home. It's family. It's soulful connections. It's our inner child. And reunion energy. So for some of you, yeah, it's like, for some of you, it is a tricky time coming home to family, but others of you, it is separate, and this is a blessing, and enjoy it. Make the most of it. It's a time to maybe, even if things are really difficult and this is a lonely time of year for you, what old traditions from your childhood that you found brought the Christmas magic to your life, whether you celebrated or not. If you don't celebrate, please dismiss it and probably won't even enjoy this entire video, but that's fine. Come back next week when the season's over. But because a lot of people are connecting to this time of year, the celebrations, whether it's a celebration or a disappointment. Every year is actually different. I know I've had years of isolation and deep disappointment, and then there's been years of family and love and connection, and it is what it is. And I don't know how to speak on that right now, but I do feel like for many in this group it might be a tender time. But if you can find that magic, if you have children, how can you make it magical for them? If I saw 1111 there, and if it's friends' children that you have, your nieces, your nephews, whatever it is, if you can make it magical for the inner child, your own inner child, or those around you, please find ways to do so. Be very loving and giving, and do what you can to bring that inner child out to play. In the area of challenge, interesting 4 cards came out. First was Temperance and the Lovers. So for some of you, it is about letting go of a connection here. Temperance is letting go and surrender, and then we have the Lovers, which can be a union energy. For others of you, this is not about an external relationship, but in general, it's a choice to surrender, a choice to find healing and peace. Then we have the 5 of Wands and the 10 of Pentacles as well in your challenge. So maybe it's about choosing not to engage in conflict. And for some of you, it's about acceptance of the way life is, of how it unfolds at this time of year or at this day. For some of you with the 10 of Pentacles, there's a great disappointment or conflict around where you feel you should be at, or how the bigger picture of your life should look. You know, when we see the 10 of Pentacles, it's like, it's the home we build, it's the people that we invite into that home, it's the legacy we leave for our children, it's the business we build that again leaves a legacy, it's an expression of our life's work, you know. And so some of you may have to surrender that what you thought should be yours, or how it ought to be, you know. That's kind of the conflict here, I think. Surrendering that idea and just committing to where you can make it the best you can, understanding that maybe there is conflict in the home or in the family or in yourself. Again, that could be very much with the conflict within yourself around who's safe or what's right, how things ought to be, which is a bit of a block in itself, thinking how things ought to be, because they ought to be how they are whether we like it or not. And this is happening for me, not to me, comes to mind. And often when we fall to that mantra, because we fall to it because we need something to catch us, this is happening for me, not to me, doesn't always make sense in the moment. And it can feel very unbelievable, because sometimes, how could this be happening for me? This sucks, whatever it is. And I don't want to make this reading too negative, but I hope it does support those that really are feeling this. Take it as lightly or as deeply as it resonates for you. But this is happening for me, not to me, as a mantra repeated can really bring about, summon that outcome, how it's happening for me, not to me. I really I believe from my own experiences that that has definitely changed the outcome of things and brought about the blessing that is in the challenge. In what will support you with the challenge, we have the Two of Wands and the Ace of Cups. What I like about this, first of all, Two of Wands, different path. And I can see that here in your oracle cards. It's like a new path opening up for you. There's a choosing moment, perhaps, a moment to take a different avenue. This is a crossroads. The old way of being, the old life behind you, it doesn't have anything left for you anymore. So you're moving forward. Maybe you're looking to travel in the new year or take your life somewhere else. Whatever it is, it's a new beginning for most of us, all of us really. It's a 9-year collectively. I know I've said that to death on this channel, and 2026 is going to be a 1. Obviously, we've got our own personal numerology to work with as well. It's really great to look at, but collectively, we are closing out a big cycle. And we're ready to start again anew somewhere else. And you've got seeds here with new ideas, hope, open-mindedness. We'll get to that soon. Ace of Cups. And when I saw this, I kind of felt like, of course the message, because this is what supports you with the challenge, is to just love yourself deeper, love others, have more compassion, forgiveness, understanding. The Ace of Cups is self-love and gentleness. And gentleness for yourself and others, right? But what I also felt like is like love sneaking up on you once you take a new path. That's kind of what I feel. And then as I got to the next cards and what you don't see coming, it reiterated what I felt when I saw these. That I do think that there's something beautiful coming your way in the area of love, whether that's friendship and companionship or something romantic and intimate. I think as you change your path, you're going to find a lot of love on this different journey. So what you don't see coming. Here she is sitting here, the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is sometimes a bit of a tiring card in that we have done so much, we've given it all, but we aren't seeing those results. Why haven't I got this that I want, or that I've worked for? Why is it not here yet? That sort of energy. She looks a little pessimistic and she's like, it really is taking a long time. I'm showing up and it's taking a while. Anyway, what comes after the Seven of Pentacles, your investment, all that energy you're putting into yourself, into your life, your beautiful life you're creating, the healing you're doing. Two of Cups is what you don't see coming. Whether this is a beautiful friendship or something deeper, what you don't see coming is connection. And it's coming in quick. There's Knight of Swords, and then the Ace of Pentacles. There's an offer in friendship, compassion, or even love. Be open to it. Connection is here and it's coming in quick. Knight of Swords is a very fast energy. Ace of Pentacles is a gift and an offering. So find connection wherever you can. Be open to connection wherever you can. And try not to be too hard on yourself if everything's not as you hoped it would be at this time. What you don't see coming is connection and blessing and a beginning that comes in quick, an offer that comes in quick. Maybe it's someone's asking you on a date, or new friendship could be here for you. In the area of outcome, we've got 2 women here as well. So whether that same-sex relationship is what message is there for you, or like a really dear friend. There's someone there that cares about you, and maybe you don't see their message coming, but they're just like, I hope you're doing okay, Maybe it's a friend reaching out. So it brings me to the outcome of the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, and the World. So again, that could be the outcome of a beautiful, heartfelt connection between you and another. It doesn't have to be same sex. These don't have to be gender. It's more of the archetype of the feminine. So whether that's friendship or both of these representing yourself, what we see here is really beautiful energy, like a fullness. The Queen of Pentacles is very successful in herself. She's nurtured, she's abundant, she's healthy. And then the Queen of Cups is connected to the heart. She's compassionate, she's kind, she's intuitive, she's gentle. So is that what you find in your connections in your friendship? Is that what you find within yourself? The world here shows a new cycle is beginning. And is this a cycle where you get to allow this part of you really come to life? Is it also reflected in the relationships you find drawn towards you at this time, or very soon, in what you don't see coming? I really feel like this is a time of becoming for you, a time of healing. You're very supported, you're very successful. The things you've done have created a lot of success. The little bunny rabbit here really stands out to me for whatever reason. Maybe the rabbit is a special message for you, the bunny. It's a message of softness, fertility, intimacy as well. Sometimes the rabbit connects to our intimate side of ourselves, our sexual nature as well. The mermaids are really, energy stands out here as also, so something quite mystical around you, believing in things beyond the norm, you know, the proven, that sort of thing. I think you're allowing something to really, I don't know, it's like, I don't know if it's allowing, I think it's more of a becoming, but that's an allowing as well. Underlying energy of this read is the Hermit. This is maybe a time of isolation, maybe it is, maybe the connection I speak on here hasn't quite shown up yet, and maybe it's hard to believe that it ever will for some of you. Take it how it resonates. It's a general, and gosh, I could really read this so many different ways. But the Hermit here is a time of self-reflection, and I just saw she's got like what looks like maybe a laptop. It's like I see her closing that as I see, so it also makes me think of pull away from the external world, the things you might compare, or the things that might, if you're keeping your eye on the computer on another person with that Page of Swords, like maybe it's a message there of just pull back to yourself. Bring all the energy back home, maybe a meditation of drawing your energy all back home from all the different places you've traveled and projected yourself to this year, or the different people you've cared about, the different situations that have pulled on your heartstrings, the things where you left a little piece of yourself. Maybe I think that would be a really good idea, as a meditation to bring yourself home, all those bits from the year. I really ought to make guided meditations for all sorts of journeys. I'd love to. I'll get there one day. So many ideas. Very Seven of Cups of me. Anyway, let's look at your oracle cards and then your Christmas card. So first you have Helichrysum with reassurance and subtle energies. I'll read to you from the book. The wise words is, it is far better to grasp the universe as it really is than persist in delusion, however satisfying and reassuring. That's interesting because we touched on that in this reading as well. Helichrysum is a flowering plant of the daisy family. It grows in rocky, dry and sandy ground around the Mediterranean. Its amazing scent from the leaves to the blossoms can be used by many to flavour food as well as for medicinal purposes. When the flower is dry, they last for a long time, and because of this, it's known as the everlasting flower. Helichrysum is known for the amazing properties that it offers the skin. It is soothing and healing to any type of skin condition, from acne to sunburns and eczema. It is also widely used to aid inflammation and pain. Maybe a new skin regime is something important to you. This powerful essence can break through many obstacles. It assists individuals in recognizing hurts from the past and trauma and abuse. And it's okay to be wounded, but it's even better to rise above all the anguish and recover your hopes. With her gentle strength, Helichrysum will help you transform spiritually, emotionally, and physically. She will heal your scars, and she will provide a smooth platform for you to be reborn. It is normal to be resistant to change, especially when you have been through so much suffering. We must find a way to leave the cycle of pain and release the emotions that are stuck and have not been resolved. And I'm going to promote kinesiology here, whether you're working with me as a practitioner or somebody else. Kinesiology is such a wonderful modality to get to the core of our issues. It's using muscle monitoring to speak with the innate awareness, with the body, with the subconscious, to really dig through and get to that core in such a non-evasive way, and then bring about so much peace and balance and healing. Anyway, that might be a modality that calls to you for support. Helichrysum is a beautiful elf lady, leaving a forest of darkness to enter a forest of lush green leaves. She wears a shining yellow dress and brings light to anything she touches. Animals are looking at her as her beauty and wisdom attract attention. And the rabbit could be also that, a message of, because it's really standing out, of like animal spirit. And I think I've got that with companion as well, because I was like feeling like don't overlook your pets or something. Like maybe they need a little bit of your love right now, and that'll fill your cup too. But anyway, this card appears in your reading to congratulate you for all of the hard work you have done. It is time for you now to have an easy ride and maybe even take a new path. Getting out of a vicious cycle is not always easy. When Helichrysum comes to you in a reading, it is a reassurance that the universe understands that you have been going through a lot in your life, but asks you to be courageous and determined. What is your biggest pain right now? Just surrender. I surrender to the pain. I believe I have learned the lessons it has presented to me. And that's like so much in the challenge we touched on with temperance. And then the courage in the first card of strength. Like you are being so courageous as you approach these wounds, this heaviness, to help transmute it for the new seed to begin. Anyway, let's start with transmutation now. Your life is changing, perhaps in ways that you didn't expect, but it is wildly wonderful. Transmutation is the act of changing from one state of being or one element into another. The phoenix is legendary for his transmutation in fire. In the flames, he is reborn, leaving behind his old and tired self to become a passionate, wild, and free bird. Something you might have thought would never change is changing into something amazing. It's not an ending, rather it is a bright, shiny new beginning. Situations that seemed lackluster are transmuting into fabulous opportunities. Release expectations and limited thinking, for things are not as they seem. It also says here, a big change is at hand in your life. What feels like an ending is really a beginning. Rising out of the flames and ashes, you are entering a new cycle. Even if it seems murky in areas, this is only the clearing before a rebirth. Hang in there, the best is yet to come. I feel excited. I feel excited about that. And that's this outcome energy. Such a beautiful becoming. And I really feel like these two people, like that's, for many of you, there's this connection, friendship or more, like there's something coming. Seeds, new ideas, hope, and open-mindedness. A seed contains the blueprint for an entirely new plant, a future living thing. It is a miracle that something so small holds the key to new life. There is so much potential within a seed. In fact, planting a seed is an act of hope. It is the first step in a project or undertaking, trusting that in the future you will actualize your dream. However, there's work ahead. If the seed sprouts, it will need care and attention to maximize its potential. You will need to nourish it to help it grow. The seed card tells you that there is something worth your time that is waiting to be recognized. Be open to the messages nature has for you. Don't immediately dismiss ideas as far-fetched or impossible. Give them consideration. There may be something to learn. The reflection is, when we're thinking about a new idea or a new project, what do you want to achieve? And some higher self messages and your Christmas card. So first you have, you are going to make mistakes. It's okay. Sometimes you learn by messing up. There's a lot of touch on, like, I don't think it's about continuing mistakes. I think it's learning from past ones, because there was a lot about learning from experiences. And I think mistakes even a bit of a hard word, because sometimes it's just experiences and it's not so much a mistake. Taking how it resonates. That word can sometimes not be the appropriate one. And you have, don't soothe your pain with momentary pleasures. Take that how it resonates as well. I think it's going to be very personal and nuanced for everyone. What is that for you? Reflect on that. And then your Christmas card for group 3, Christmas wishes. It says, oh, get out of here. Love is closer than you think. Not the loud kind, the steady kind. This message comes as reassurance. You are held, seen, and valued even when you forget. Old fears around connection are softening. What you give returns to you more fully now. Let yourself receive affection, support, and kindness without questioning whether you deserve it. You do. Merry Christmas. And something I actually wanted to write, I don't know, I was going to write it here because I wrote these before I did the read. It's just like group 2, remarkable. I think group 1 as well. I can't remember now. I can never remember them as I go through. But anyway, something I wanted to add on here, I remember now, was like, what can you do to make this time more magical? What can you do? Even if you don't really feel it inside, like, you know, they say like, fake it till you make it, or if you smile long enough, it'll feel a bit better. Like, it's that sort of thing. Like, and maybe some of you aren't struggling that hard, and it's quite easy to draw on that, and you can go and do something that makes life more magical. But I do feel like it's a bit of a, I don't know if challenge is the right word, but a suggestion to do what you can to make something more magical, whether it's in the spirit of Christmas or something else. What can you do to make this time more magical for yourself and for others? Actually, it feels like for others, which then gives to you. But that's what I have for group 3 in this reading. I hope that it's resonated with you. It's a bit of a longer one, and I've really enjoyed this week's reads, like, a lot. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there. So hopefully it gave you comfort, clarity, or guidance, and Merry Christmas to everyone. And I look forward to seeing you all in next week's read and the live event that we're going to be doing soon as well. So take care, stay safe, group 3, sending lots of love. Merry Christmas.